Hello everyone, today I'll be presenting some car features in other games that GTA Online should have. Now these games do not have to be racing games to have a feature that I think should be added into GTA Online. Matter of fact, one of these is not a car game at all. And we'll get to that right now. Let's hop into it. Enjoy. First up is a feature from Watch Dogs that I know very well. I always used it in Watch Dogs. It's a big part of Watch Dogs gameplay because it is turning off your car while you are still inside it. Now in Watch Dogs, this is mainly used to hide from the police. So basically, whenever the police come by and if they're being a little bit too close to you and you go into an alleyway or something, you can go into the alleyway, turn off your car, be inside the car still, and the police will actually have a very hard time finding you. You will likely get away. Now, I'm not asking for the whole police getting away from you design element to be implemented into GTA Online because quite frankly, I don't think we really need it. But just for the fact, just us being able to do this would be great, especially as a car enthusiast. There is a way to do it in GTA Online. Basically, you get into your car before it starts and you pull up the pause menu and the car will not start and you will be inside of it, but you can't like move around or anything. It kind of sucks. And this system would be much more interesting and I think it'd be really cool to see. To some people, this may come across as a very minuscule thing to add, but I don't know. Me personally, I would really like to see it. Let me know what you guys think. Continuing the Watch Dogs theme, there is a small feature that you actually do whenever you go into a car that you have not been in before. Basically, you unlock it by hacking it or whatever 8 Amperes does to it, and you hear the alarm go off. Listen. As you hear there, you can actually hear the alarm tap, and that's him disabling the alarm. But I think an alarm system in GTA Online would be pretty cool, even if it was just cosmetic and didn't actually do anything, because if another player shot your car or whatever, maybe the alarm would go off, or I'm not too sure how they would implement it, but just the cosmetic sound of hearing it would be cool, and you probably wouldn't use it all that often. Matter of fact, in Watch Dogs, whenever you use this feature, you only use it for the first time you steal a car. So this would be a relatively minute feature in the grand scheme of things once again, but I think it'd be pretty cool, and this feature actually already exists in story mode, but it's very rarely actually used. Here we have the previous installment of GTA 4. Now this one is not really a feature, but more of the physics and the engine they used back then. Back then, I believe they had it right on the dot. The body roll and the body movement of the car whenever you turn and drive it pretty fast is actually excellent, especially for its time. I believe GTA 4 was probably the most technologically advanced game at the time because, I don't know, the way the car moved just felt so realistic. Whenever you went into a turn, you felt it. Whenever you were going fast, you felt it. If you're on a motorcycle and you pop a wheelie, you can't instantly stop right away like you can in GTA 5. You actually have to slow down and be a little bit more careful because the bike actually has weight to it, unlike in GTA 5 where pretty much all bikes weigh 5 pounds. Once again, not exactly a feature, but I just think Rockstar got it right this time. They shouldn't have changed their movements and the body roll to GTA 5. I can, however, somewhat understand why they did, because in GTA 5, every car feels so planted and grounded and stable, flat to the ground. It's a very easy driving style to get used to, and GTA 4's driving style kind of had a bit of a learning curve because, once again, the body roll and the movements and such. GTA 5 does not have that same learning curve. Every car feels like a F1 car, and it's not hard to pick up on at all. Some cars actually did retain this sort of movement and body roll, but most cars did not, and they lost it. This is unfortunate because, once again, as a car enthusiast, I prefer this old body roll because, once again, it just felt more realistic, and I kind of do miss it, but I can once again see why Rockstar chose to do otherwise. Moving on to Forza Horizon 5, matter of fact, all of the Forza Horizon games, I simply believe that the interiors that they use are fantastic, and that is for a reason. It's because they are one-to-one identical with their real-life counterpart. If it is a Honda Civic that's, I don't know, 1998, it has a 1998 Honda Civic interior, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. The interiors just feel so real because they are real. GTA 5 tries to accomplish this occasionally, but it just doesn't work because it doesn't have the same finesse that this does. Because once again, this is the real thing. GTA 5 has to get away without using logos and real companies because once again, they'll have to license it, and that's not good for Rockstar because that means less money going to them. And honestly, we've been playing GTA 5 online for 10 years. Rockstar not putting this feature in has not hurt them whatsoever. I think it would only add to the enthusiast aspect side of it. Enthusiasts would certainly appreciate realistic interiors, but Rockstar probably will not add that because in the grand scheme of things, enthusiasts are probably 20% of GTA Online's player base, leaving the other 80% to the bigger population of GTA Online, which really doesn't care about stuff like this. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I can completely understand, once again, from a business side of things, Rockstar wants to maximize profits, maximize income, and I could get that. However, when they do try to make the interior look more realistic, for example, the Granger 3600 XL, or maybe it's LX, I'm not too sure, but that interior is very realistic to its real-life counterpart, the Chevrolet Suburban. Of the same generation at least. The newest generation Suburban has a slightly different interior, and even then, it's pretty similar to the old one, which I guess says a lot about Chevy. But yeah, whenever they do these realistic style interiors, I always appreciate it. It's probably 10% of the players that actually notice these things, but the 10% that do really appreciate it. It's unfortunate that we don't see more of these interiors, but hey, maybe if this video blows up, gets 100 million views, Rockstar might do it more often. Who knows, honestly, nowadays. Something I have always adored about Forza Horizon is just the sheer amount of wheel color options you have, the amount of finishes on the wheel you have, the amount of options. Anything. There's steel, copper, semi-gloss, metallic, alloy, chrome, everything. Any color you want to make your wheel, you can make it in Forza. I seriously think this is probably the most dire feature that is needed in vehicle customization in GTA Online right now, because quite frankly, we've been using the same color wheels for a decade and they're starting to get old. I'm not asking for the entire color wheel like Forza has, because I think that'll take Rockstar a bit too much effort that they don't want to put in, but just some steel brush, some copper, some alloy. I think we already have alloy actually, but maybe some metallic, some semi-gloss, you know, something to spice it up. All we have are flat colors and chrome and alloy, and it's just boring. Whenever I do a Subaru style vehicle in GTA Online, I often have to resort to a sort of brown color for the wheels because they don't have a proper gold. And as a car enthusiast, I think that's the biggest sin I could commit, because it just doesn't fit the car, and then I don't know, in certain angles it does, but I just have to use what I have, and it really is unfortunate. Continuing on the Forza theme is the car engine sound. It just feels so alive whenever you're in first person, whenever you're outside the car. It doesn't matter if you hear a car pass by you, the engine sounds like an engine. In GTA Online, they kind of sound like broken hair dryers and vacuums, and it's just awful compared to Forza Horizon 5. Honestly, compared to any other game that even remotely has cars. Please, if I may interest you, just listen to this. It's just simply beautiful, and I have an aftermarket exhaust on this car and it's modified and whatever, but it doesn't matter what upgrades you put on a car in GTA Online, it will sound the exact same as it did without turbos, without engine mods, without anything. And once again, it's just unfortunate because we've been using the same engine sounds for a very long time. They very rarely introduce new engine sounds. I believe the last ones we got were maybe ill-gotten gains, but I may be just lying straight to you. I'm not too sure. I don't study engine sounds and when they were released in GTA Online. But just to have some newer engine sounds that sound more refined, I mean, come on. We have next generation consoles, we have PCs that are more powerful than ever. They can handle whatever performance disadvantage that it will put us against, and I mean, it's just an engine sound, you know, you're not altering the game. It really does suck that we've been stuck with the same engine sounds for so long, and I really do hope Rockstar makes some new ones soon, because I'm getting tired of Rockstar using the same old generic engine sound for every car. I mean, they don't even try to make a car correlate to its engine sound. A Supra will have the same engine sound as, like, I don't know, a hypercar, and that's just not how things should be. Now, I don't think they actually have a Supra that sounds the same as a hypercar, but the difference is the same. The actual type of car it is and the actual type of engine, V8, V6, inline 4, it doesn't matter to Rockstar. They correlate an engine sound to a car, and that's just what we get. And it really sucks because as a car guy, you want to hear all the sounds. You want to hear the noise that the car is making. That's why Forza is such an interactive racing game, because you hear the noise, you hear every downshift, you hear every part of the engine, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I am aware that GTA Online is not a racing game, but it would be nice to do a little bit better than what we have. Moving on to Car X, I'm going to be honest with you, I could have used this example in Forza because it's the same thing. It is the ability to add custom shapes, logos, anything to your car. Forza has this feature as well, but quite frankly, I just wanted to diversify the amount of games in this video and not bore you out with all Forza features or whatever. But I actually do think that Car X has a pretty good custom design feature you can do, and there are just so many shapes and things you could do. Like, look at this, there's letters in different fonts, there's flames, there's like 30 different types of stripes. Matter of fact, in GTA Online there are probably 30 different types of stripes as well. Rockstar does a lot of offset stripes, a lot of middle stripes that have, you know, a bordering color, or I don't know. It would just be nice if we could choose which stripes we had, because they kind of just give you like 2 or 3 stripes on a car and you have to choose between those 2 or 3 when there are 30 that exist in the game. It would be nice to have a bit more control over what you can do with your car, because your car is never truly unique in GTA Online. You could do whatever you want to it, you can mod it. It really does not matter, because anyone, if they're a modder, if your car is modded, can get your exact same car. Whereas if you have custom shapes and designs and decals like this, then no one could get your exact same car, because while it may look similar, maybe the square right there is 5 inches to the left where it is on your car, or maybe they used a slightly different color than you used. I don't know, but that's just the way to diversify yourself. I don't mean to come across as nagging or arrogant or just wanting Rockstar to release features that they likely will never release, even though they likely won't release these features. But come on, the players have gave Rockstar enough money that we can get some design elements like this and it wouldn't hurt their income at all. Matter of fact, it will only benefit it, because the players that have been playing for over a decade will appreciate these features being added to GTA Online, and maybe they'll just buy GTA Plus, or they'll buy a shark card here and there to buy some upgrades for their car, their business. I don't know. That is completely up to Rockstar on how they want to monetize it. It's their company, they can do what they want. I mean, come on, I don't think I'm asking for too much. All I'm asking is for us to be able to add some basic shapes. Even if I have to download an app outside of the game, I will download the app. If I have to pay $10 to have this feature, I will pay $10. I'll pay $15, maybe not $20, that's a bit too high, but I think a lot of players would agree with me, because this gives you a lot more freedom, a lot more customization options that you can do to your car, and I would really appreciate that, and I would pay a pretty fair price. But maybe that's just me. Thank you everyone for watching so much. I really do appreciate it if you've made it to the end. A lot of people don't. About 33% of people will make it to the end. If you're part of the 33%, then thank you. I really appreciate you. And I really do hope that at least some version of these features get added to GTA Online, even if it is in a couple of years, because it's better late than never, and hopefully you guys can agree with me on that. And thank you all for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.